Maruyoshi! Wahaha! Pro gamer!
Hey everybody, Mariyoshi Pro Gamer here. This is my Let's Play of Mario Golf Advance Tour. Even though I had done this 2 years ago, I wanted to come back to this to basically improve every single aspect, including the recording aspects, as well as, the game itself is improved here, being played through Wii U Virtual Console instead of via the Game Boy player. And so, inherently the resolution is much higher. But, previously we had left off, we only had time to pursue the singles tourney at the Marion Club. Not quite strong enough to take on the final driving challenge here. And the only thing that would be left for me to do here, as far as singles go, in this place, would be to challenge the champion of the course here. New champ Dave, will you accept my match play challenge? No, that dialogue changes because I had beaten him in the tournament. So the way that match play works is different from stroke play. Rather, as opposed to just simply having the lowest score over the entire course of the round to win. Instead, it's hole by hole, and that you would win a point if you beat your opponent on a hole, and then it's first to 10 basically, and so you want to have it be such that there aren't enough holes for your opponent to be able to win and come back. So with that, let's get started. I will be probably fast-forwarding segments where the computer is shooting, especially if it's multiple times in a row when I would outdrive them, because in general I don't want it to have you be staring at that for all too long. So yeah, usually the first opponent is not super spectacular. Maybe they'll play par or very slightly worse than par golf, which in real golf, real life is still highly respectable. But here, with the usual constraints of actually physically swinging a club goes, no, it's not so excusable. Let's see if I can get close here. Yeah, I changed the impact to the top so that it would roll slightly more when I lost some distance to compensate, and that was pretty successful. Hey, you scared me there, man. Wonder how much Joe hangs around those instructor guys. Could maybe use a little bit of practice with them, but nope. Par's not bad, but birdie's better. So I win first hole. Now it is raining. Oh, okay. What's interesting to note here is that these matches are being played from the front tees, whereas the tournaments are from the back tees, which is why I'm finding here that it's easier to get further down the fairway here in this match than it was in the tournament, and it looks like I'm going further even though my drive had only advanced by about 5 yards. I'd like to see what he pulls off here, and he'll come up a little short, but pretty respectable recovery. But oh great, am I stuck? Oh, okay, I can sort of fudge it. Let's see here. Okay, I guess it's just a matter of elevation, so I guess here, in this case, a bump and run might not be such a bad idea. Straighten it out, maybe. This'll roll a fair bit, but nothing extraordinary. That turned out good. I'll probably have to re-record certain parts to sync up with the faster pace of, fast forwarding the computer stuff, but we'll see. Jolly good. So that's a win. I sort of brain farted and couldn't remember where my impact was, but guess backspin was the right choice there. My spin is not very strong, apparently. Hiccups. I've noticed that in general, low-level computers have a very, very difficult time playing uphill. And in general, if your loft is low, then you have a very difficult time with the uphill shots. The only problem with high shots, well, there's only two problems. One of them is that sometimes trees can get to be, more in your way, and another is that the wind catches your ball more. So if you don't like that, then yeah, that's possibly something to consider. But other than that, it's just usually having a slightly high ball is better than having a really low ball. I got a little greedy there and I ended up in the rough. So maybe I won't be able to make it in two. Not like Joe's faring much better here. At least he's able to hit out of the bunker at all, that's tough stuff. My impact and control is pretty high, so I could theoretically use a driver out of that grass, but most of the time you will not go farther with that. Usually the 3-wood is the far safer option. So it grants you more loft, and oftentimes that means more carry too. Alright, 50 yards away, not bad. Joe's on his third shot now, since he had to go out of the bunker, and still in a little bit of trouble, it seems. You know what? I'm just reminded of something. The grunts that Joe is making when he swings here, yeah, they sound like the grunts on one of the characters in Power Tennis. Huh. I don't know why I should be noticing that. I'm gonna try to stick this pretty tight here and see what happens. Don't really have to do it that way, but it's a good way to get close, but maybe not necessarily a good way to get in the hole. Depends on your style of play. So Joe escapes with the par. But in general, birdies will win you matches, I'll tell you what. Well, unless you are against a powerful and good opponent on par 5s and they can get eagles, then you'll probably want to try to get eagles too. But usually consistently birdies will win. Some thick grass there. Approach might not cut it, but in a way that's not such a terrible thing. I'm noticing that, in general, this course is not the most draw-friendly, in that, a lot of the holes, the way they curve, tend to favor left or right fades more. Yeah, I'm noticing that Joe's using a lot of fades, and getting himself into trouble as usual. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Approach wedge would probably work nicely. Oh man. In between the distance variation on the lower right and my swing timing, I lost a lot of distance. But that's why I didn't use backspin, and I let it go, and Joe can't do shit. Because he already took 2 shots. Sorry, man. Kicking your ass, Joe bro. Let go, Joe bro. I should make a wrap up. Have I snookered myself behind a tree again? We'll see. I can muster a decent-sized draw if I need to. We'll see. Besides, it'll make it a little more interesting. You know, Joe will actually try to threaten Birdie for once. And I'm wrong again. Tisk tisk. Yeah, I mean, I'm just doing this as sort of a method if it would work, but it didn't. So, oh well. There's always the approach shot to try to salvage a mistake. There's always that, at least. Let's see. 8 iron. Try to aim this intelligently. Consider the fact that I'll probably be up against the slow. Let's see. That mishit probably cost me a bit. Alright. Alright, we pushed the hole. Doesn't necessarily impact how quickly I could end up winning, because the first time you tie one, the requirement of medals is taken away, 1 each, and then every other time then the count is reduced by 1 each. It makes sense. If you think about it, it makes sense. I'm in bunker? Ew. How could the lie be that nasty if I only merely roll into it? And what's that junk? You roll into it and then you splash out. What's that junk? Okay, good, he missed that. Let's see, if he has threatening the eagle, it's like almost like an apocalyptic improbability here. I could still hit a driver out of deep bunker. My controlling impact stat is so high. That, kids, is why you want to do that. And I'm actually able to hit over a tree with a 3-wood in the bunker. Dear Lord Jesus. Let's see how much I can salvage out of this. Keep going. If I remember correctly, the slope is actually pretty... Yeah, it's completely flat at the front there. You know what? I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna show you a neat trick. Okay. So, when you're putting, this has been true in Mario Golf 64, and for the most part it's true in Toadstool Tour 2. So in general, when you're putting across fairway, it provides about a 50% resistance. And so when you're putting, you add the fairway amount that you're going. I want to make sure I'm actually aiming at the hole here. That would help. That would help. Okay. Good. Now, I'm going across 46 feet, so 46 and 72. It's gonna be a little more than that. Round up just to be safe. How about that? If you got a completely flat putt like that, you can putt from the fairway if you want to. Sorry, Joe. I'm too good. Sorry, Joe. Eat at Joe's. Dun dun dun. Would you like a cup of Joe? Dun dun dun. Come back, please. Okay, good. Usually you can rely on super backspin for the most part. On those mid irons, it tends to be about equal how much you bounce and then come back. Although then the question becomes, what's the mid iron? Yeah, 5 is pretty much a middle iron. 6 as well, around there. Because there's only a couple of clubs that are in front of it, but then there's only a couple of clubs that are shorter. Salvage is a par, but you have a flat putt, add an extra couple feet, and that's all it takes. Win another hole. I don't want to get too greedy. I want to only just go far enough so that I allow space for a second shot with probably about a wedge, the hole. 109, it's either a wedge or 9 iron, one of the two. Meanwhile, that's a good conservative shot there from Joe. That works well. Of course. But he does hit a down slope. It's just somehow that ball stopped like a dead cat. It's odd how things work sometimes. I'm planning to stop this one within a couple of yards of its stopping point. But that didn't quite work as planned. It took a bigger bounce than I would have liked it to. Add a few extra feet because I'm fighting some fairly strong slope. And then, if I had won every hole up to this point, then I would be 9 ahead with 9 to go, and so that would make this a dormy situation, but instead, I'm 8 up, and so then winning this hole would prevent Joe from coming back. And then tying would force a dormy on the next hole. So sometimes, a match can be almost as short as a tournament is, if you are efficient enough, and if your opponent is inefficient enough. That's a bad spot to be. You're on a major upslope with trees in front of you, and in the rough. That's pretty much what you have to do. When you land on a really heavy upslope, the only thing you can really do, you hit a much higher but shorter ball than usual. It's kind of like an elephant's ass. That's what they sometimes will casually call it in golf. A shot that basically goes higher than far. A pitching wood, if you would. Golfers get bored sometimes. They have to come up with new words. Let's see how this goes. Okay. Backspin maybe was not the best plan, but should not be all that tough of a putt. It's only initially that there's going to be a small skirmish. And besides, Joe is struggling to save bogey here. I'm still on birdie. So sink the win. This will go ever so slightly left as the resistance in the front of my ball demonstrates. And so now I have won enough to where Joe cannot possibly catch up, and that ends the match. 107, that's it. Larg. Alright, gotta buff me up, then buff Ella up too, in some form or another. She's pretty good already. Alright. Yep, so he was a lot more hip than Sherry. You will see how much of a hard-on I have for Sherry in a later episode. You know, back in the previous series, I had all sorts of puns in the title and everything with my, I don't know. Before it gets too weird, yep, someday I'll beat Kid and stuff, and I beat him good and stuff, and okay, I'm just curious. Even though this is probably in vain, but we'll see. We'll see if I'm strong enough. We'll see. Because this one is way further out than the other one is. Maybe to bomb the ball so that I can squeak out a little more. This is still close. If this doesn't land on fast fairway, then I think I might be in business, but it did land on fast. Crap. Still not worth it. Crap. I'll have to come back to this. But I still have 10 minutes to do something. Oh, see, okay. I think there should be some quick side quest that can be done with it. Old man's, hey, you're done for the day. You're going out for a jog? Fair fitness and, you know, kids these days and stuff. Yep, good old disgruntled old man and awesome stuff like that. Whoa! All this. Huh. Nice little scenery out here and stuff. And okay, that's just the trees wiggling the way the sprites move. That's neat. Alright. So now I'm in the overmap here again. That's blocked off, so there's still more that I have to do. The greens may be huge, but you can only use... Oh, this will be perfect. Ah, the one club.
Distance? I'll give you distance. When I was young, I could hit sticks with a 4 iron.
Ah, old geezers. Good old. And then you see that out there.
If you want to be topped off, we try hitting sticks from all the different tees. You have to use the same club.
So yeah, okay, easy mode. So the pin is, so yeah, the circle here is pretty large. Okay. If I pick this club, I have to use it for all the other locations here. We'll see how this goes. We'll see how this goes. Alright, so far so good. I gotta stick with the 5, so oof. Oh boy. Okay, this is a good opportunity for me to teach you a new tactic. Now, I basically have to hit half a shot, and in general, backspin is less effective with these sort of hard and fast punches. So if you allow yourself some distance, then maybe with backspin or something, it's not like it's gonna be like the full shot and it'll just bite a bunch. It'll roll a lot more, so I needed that backspin too. So that worked out to my advantage nicely. And in general, anytime you're hitting less hard, then you will probably have to use a little bit more backspin to keep the ball under control, or allow more room for the ball to roll. That's just a general thing, but it mostly comes into play if you're playing, like, say, 3/4 of your shot or less. Probably not a terrible concern if it's like 5/8 or something else, 7/8 or something else like that. Allow plenty of room, but use backspin. Oh. Alright, I made it. Good.
That was excellent work. You know what you're doing. You strike the ball much better than I did when I was your age. I proclaim good stick shots are the key to life.
Man, these people are serious, and yeah, you have to come back. You have to leave and come back to do the next difficulty level. I just barely beat it with easy here, but of course I was going quicker, so now I have to like concentrate and be a little more careful here. Okay. Let's try the 6 iron this time, so that maybe I don't have to sacrifice and punch as much as before. Alright. And I can always use power too. So that's always something to consider. You can always use power too. Definitely gonna have to hope this bites. Let it bite. Whoosh. And bit bite just a little. Nice. neat little siren there in the music or whatever. Imagine if, like, you know, for whatever reason you played this OST, you know, on a disc or your radio or something else like that, and then all of a sudden you hear it and it's like, oh my god, the police! I only went 12 over. Don't hurt me. And then you realize it's my stupid sound CD. In general, I hate like rock and rap songs that use sirens in them, because it's like, what if you're listening to it in your car and just I guess that's quite annoying. Wait, can I? Oh, I only have 16 left. Gosh darn it. Okay. At least level up that. Ella's a little bit behind, so we'll level her up twice. I want to get strong so that I can finally beat that frickin' challenge and just move on. Okay, that's not what I meant to do, but oh well, I can make up for it later. Excellent work, know what I'm doing. 26 in, okay. Try to beat this, but this is hard. Especially if you try this early. Look how tiny that is. I think that's only 8 feet. That's only 8-foot radius. Oh boy. Well, at least there's not much in the way of wind. Alright, 7 iron. Let's see. Hopefully I didn't lose too much distance, but we'll see here. I guess not. Alright. Still, that was too close. That was too close. This isn't going to be quite as much of a punch as previous shots were, and as I've just demonstrated. Ah, concerned it.
Well, kiddo, you missed. Come back, try sometime.
Alright. I want to try right now. Try right now.
Try right now. Try right now.
Uh-oh, did I hit too hard? Slow down. For the love of God, slow down. Stop. Ah, this is hard. This is hard. Like, normally hitting within 10 feet is respectable a great majority of the time, but I think with this you have to be within like 8.5. That's tricky. This is kind of tricky. Yeah, I can't go full 7 iron power with backspin, as that's too hard. But this just barely made it. Yeah, 8 feet. Wow, that's pretty much the limit here. This should be a little bit closer and more effective than before. Yes.
My, that was a pretty shot.
That's what they say every time, regardless. If you don't have a, they don't even bother to, like, you know, have a special, say something special if you like ace it or something. That's disappointing. I think I pointed that out last time I did this too. Oh well. Old users. Stay in the. Yep. Fail once, gotta try it again. But I will tell you, this is still not nearly as bad as Elf Short Course. Okay, almost 29 minutes. I can do this. I can do this. Alright. If I fail, maybe I'll go back to the 6 iron, because that's maybe 7's not the best choice, but we'll see here. Do this. Oh, I almost had it again. Okay, I think I only have 2 more. 2 more. That damn siren. Jeez. I swear, if you're trying to get close to the flag, sometimes pinch shots are the worst thing. Sometimes. Sometimes. try to lose a little bit of distance here so that I don't go too far. Come on, fuck. Ah!
Whoops! Damn it!
Because super back can be risky and crap like that. Okay. Alright. Let's go back to 6. Alright. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit longer than a half an hour, but that's not a big deal. Because the previous ones, I think, were a little bit shorter, maybe, than some people would have liked, but, yeah, what am I saying? Bite, please. But don't bite too much. Okay, if that would have been a pin shot, that might have sucked. Alright, that would have probably sucked. Alright. This damn siren. My god. This should roll it just enough. If not, I aim too far left. Wow, thought the wind would do more. God damn it. This is hard. Maybe it's my internal rage too, and just in general, I just don't. I don't know. Ugh. This is all pure distance control. Okay. Alrighty. Then again, maybe it's not intended that I actually do this early in the game, but when am I to conform to such recommendations and rules? When am I to do that? Good. Alright, 2 more to go. Hopefully this is short enough. Perfect. 1 more. Don't choke.
The damn siren!
Get it. Ooh, yes. That relief. 260, nice. Alright, I'll split it even. 1 each. Maybe straighten Ella's shot a little bit. I want to keep her more of the control side. Excellent work. You know what you're doing. Ooh. She likes me.
Psst, don't tell the old fella, but here's a gift for playing so well.
Yes, it is a custom ticket, so that grants me the ability to get another set of custom clubs. I like the powers already, but that'll be for next time. I'll show you I'll show you what our options are. So yeah, thanks for sticking around there with that tough challenge, but finally got it done. It was a little over half an hour, but yep, this has been Metayoshi Pro Gamer with Let's Play Mario Golf Advance Tour via Wii U Virtual Console, and next time we'll hopefully finally finish Marion Golf Club and get my partner, do the double stuff, and yeah, see what happens. So see you then.